All right. So, does everybody remember where we were last session?
Yeah.
Yes, we got out of the stone temple or whatever it was.
Mhm.
Got on the ship and
Yeah.
boogied out of there.
Yeah, went
Yeah,
and got
the
went
last-
picked up all of your shit. Had your really
Last
awesome
scene was
cinematic.
Luke handing a sword.
Yeah, your cinematic scene where you bequeathed your katana to the barbarian Jimmy the Brave.
Bequeathed.
Jimmy the Great.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was bothered
Jimmy
by that.
the Great now, yeah.
Great.
Which you guys are offended by the word bequeath?
Yeah. No, I'm not honestly offended, but
It's like, you did what?
yeah, he queefed it out on him.
Oh,
Anyways, so the party has went to your little island hidey hole, dug up all of your stuff, your cannon, your ballistas and everything. I imagine that I imagine we're gonna say from you guys leaving the port of Almsraven to current time has probably been about 24 hours. Took you a half day to sail there. You guys have loaded all of your shit up and are currently in the process of the gyms. Or you guys are at sea, and are currently the gyms are in the process of kind of situating the ship. You guys are like settling all of your shit in. One of the new things about this ship that is different from your previous ship is that this ship has, instead of one large cargo area underneath with like hammocks hanging around, this actually has crew quarters. This ship has crew quarters.
Nice.
And so the rooms aren't very big, but they are, each of you have your own little room beneath deck. It's not very big, but it's just enough where you can basically fit like, some personal effects and a sleeping place kind of thing. It's really basically like, I mean, you're Harry Potter in it under the stairs, but at least you've got your own areas. So,
Yeah.
I got a few questions.
Go for it.
It's because I don't really remember all too much from last time, if I'm being honest. Is Molly still on the ship?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's on the ship.
And then how many gems did we bring back with us?
We only lost one.
We lost one.
And he's tied to the front of the ship.
Yep.
We didn't lose him.
he's stone, right?
Yeah, but how many did I promise? I promised them something.
You promised them all. We promised them a
bonus,
raise. Yeah.
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 Raise.
Okay, so
The,
1, 2, 3, 4. We have 6 gems now.
the details of your raise will come up in your performance review at the end of the year.
Yeah. No.
Do we have a
Okay.
brig on this new ship?
Yeah.
We do. Okay.
How much do we have in the ship coffers?
The ship fund right now is at 34,000 gold.
We need more gems.
Okay.
Since it's a bigger ship.
We have 6 gems.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm gonna give each of the gems 500 gold if that's alright with everybody.
Yeah.
That's 3,000.
Okay. Take it out of the ship fund.
Yeah.
I assume we're putting Molly in the brig, since we need to question her still.
We can just
Yeah, I would assume so.
either that or we can just interrogate her now wherever she's at.
I imagine you guys would have probably, if that's kind of your intention, then you probably would have put her in the brig initially.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you guys were leaving port and everything, she would have went down to the brig.
So before we interrogate her, I do want to pull out those 3 scrolls that we found in the tomb that are written in Thieves' Cant and hand them over to Zezel to translate.
Okay. Yeah. So as you guys are I imagine you guys are probably, as the gyms are, moving about, I imagine you guys are all in the captain's quarters, which are located in a similar area as they were on your previous ship, up on the main deck. So you guys are in the captain's quarters, and you pass those notes over to Zezel. Zezel, as you open these scrolls, and begin to read, this is a slightly outdated version of Thieves' Cant. There's a word here and there that you don't fully understand. This is a version of Thieves' Cant that's, you would guess, is at least over 100 years old. The terminology, just like with any language, there are sometimes slang words and different things that pop up over time, but you understand about 99% of it. The letters they're letters is what they are. They are, with the exception of one of them. The two letters are, one is addressed to a man called Bartholomew, and the other is addressed to an individual that is both of them are correspondence between the same two people, but the other person is only referred to in the letters as the letter A. And it's a conversation back and forth about a plan that was apparently successful to stop a rival group from unleashing. They're not speaking plainly, but they're talking about a group that has attempted to free some ancient creature. The verbiage is things like, their attempts to awaken the beast were unfruitful. Yet we must remain vigilant. That sort of thing. It seems to be a correspondence between these two figures. The third scroll seems to be some kind of ritual magic. It is some kind of, it's incantations as well as spell preparations, component lists, everything basically that you would need for what looks like the dissolution of some kind of magic seal. For the opening of some kind of magic seal. Though, Zezel, you're not fully familiar with magic, so it seems to be like, you get some of the gist of it, that it seems to be some kind of magic ritual, and as you kind of translate and explain it to Perry, you get the impression, that's the impression that you get, some kind of magic to be able to break a seal. A very powerful seal. The spell requires 10 people to perform.
Jeez. Can I write that down in common?
Yeah, you can spend some time translating that for Perry. Back to those two letters.
Real quick on the seal.
Go ahead.
Where did you say this seal is at again?
He didn't.
I didn't. It doesn't say anything about a location of a seal. It's just basically all the information that you would need, as well as, like I said, components, preparation, everything that you would need in order to open and even perhaps close this seal. So it's basically like, imagine it's like a page out of almost like a magical tome. Like a magical technical volume, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And the two, to elaborate a little bit further on the two letters, the general idea that you get is that there seem to be two groups working against each other. Basically in this kind of struggle behind closed doors in order to prevent whatever this creature is from being awakened. And that you also get the impression that this struggle has been going on for quite a long time, and that it's generational, and that this has been quite a long struggle between these two groups. Only you do, in the letters, you only learn the name of one group, but not the other. The name of the group that you learn is the group that Bartholomew and this other figure referred to as A seem to be a part of, and it is called the Amaru. Amaru.
Can I? Let me see here. I want to cast Detect Magic on the letters to see if there's any kind of magical subtext or anything along those lines.
So the only you do there are on the letters on the two letters. When you cast Detect Magic, is revealed a magical sigil. That's it. The magical sigil, basically, it's like almost like part magical sigil, part signature, if that makes sense. And it is I'll have to drop an image or something of the sigil in the chat at some point, but it is kind of like it seems to be in a language that I don't believe any of you understand, though I will allow you guys to make a history check to see if you can detect the language that it's in.
History.
I rolled a nat 20, baby.
Hell yeah, that's a 19.
Then you guys immediately recognize that this as infernal.
Matt, didn't you have that?
I don't have infernal.
No.
I don't think. I have the primordial languages. Yeah, no, I don't have infernal.
No, that was Captain Red that used to have infernal. Yeah. So, but yeah, it is a magical signature, and also, like I said, it seems to be. Think of it almost as like the secret symbol of whatever this group is. It's kind of like their like secret handshake, but in symbol form.
Okay.
Oh, lost Michael.
Lost Michael.
There he is, and he's back.
Okay.
Did we tell
Guys, my stuff
the
keeps cutting
party
out,
about?
and I can't use my camera because it keeps making it.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. If you rather just be voiced out and that would help keep you from lagging and all that shit, then that's fine.
Yeah, I just can't understand anything with the camera, I guess, because it keeps
I gotcha.
taking up too much data, I guess. I don't know.
I have that problem sometimes too. All right, go ahead, Cole.
I was gonna ask if we told the rest of the party about our close encounter with the second.
The tiefling?
Yeah, tiefling.
No, we haven't yet.
Did I miss anything important because I was gone for like 5 minutes, I think, because my internet fucking went out.
Oh shit. I mean, not really. What was the last thing you remember hearing?
Pretty much right after my nat 20, you were explaining that about the Infernal and Red having Infernal, and then you guys all froze up.
Okay, yeah, you didn't really miss anything.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So I guess I'm gonna call for a crew meeting. Get only Jimmy the Great, and then the rest of the party, and I'm gonna let them know about our meeting at the White Lotus. How the leader, the elder, whatever it was, is had a veil or an illusion. She was actually a tiefling, and then also the cleric that we met in Almsraven was also a tiefling. Let them know that I think we're being watched or followed, and that I have suspicions of these tiefling being a part of this group, Amaru. I guess we need to talk to Molly and see if she knows anything.
Yeah, I agree. So you guys want to pull her out of the? Like, is there enough room in the brig, or should we just pull her out, Nick?
I mean, you guys could go down there and stand outside the cell. It's just like bars, kind of almost like imagine in your main like storage hold area of the ship where you keep all the supplies and everything else like that, instead of having an area like before where you had like hammocks and stuff that was like a impromptu crew's quarters. Now you have like 4 cells, 4 like 4x4 or maybe 6x6 iron barred cells that are up against one wall of the ship.
Yeah, I don't know. That
Shit, we
doesn't
lost
feel-
Brandon again.
Welcome back.
You good?
I had to disconnect from my Wi-Fi, and now I'm working like a fucking pro.
Yeah, you have a sound, Michael?
What'd you call me?
I said, do you have a sound or wow?
Spectrum.
I was gonna say my internet's freaking out too. It's weird.
I got like a Roku on in one, PlayStation on in another room, and 3 phones connected to it right now, and my computer and my phone, so it's busy.
Yep. So yeah, you guys have those, like I said, the cells up against the one wall, and she, I imagine, is in one of those cells. So you guys could just kind of go down there and stand around the outside of the cell and speak with her if you like.
Yeah, I think that's what we need to do.
Okay. So you guys make your way out of the crew's quarters. You, the 5 of you, along with Jimmy the Great, and are you including first mate Jim with a G in this?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, this sorry, that was Lucas texting me. So yeah. But anyways, so yeah, you guys make your way downstairs, down to the main down to the brig, and you find Molly kind of just sitting there, like lotus position on the floor, and she seems to just be like meditating or something, just trying to be calm.
Okay.
She seemed pretty upset with us at first, so
Yeah.
she might not be very talkative.
So I'm gonna approach and I'm gonna say, look, Molly, I hope you're not taking this personally, but we've had a couple encounters that has raised some suspicions, and I want to be sure that you are who you say you are.
There's a lot of coincidences around you and the people you came from. Does anybody have like a circle of truth or
Zone of Truth? Do you have Zone of Truth, Michael?
I have Charm Person that I could do if we don't have that. We need it.
Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna switch back to my computer, guys.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't have anything.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys think I should pull it Charm Person or not?
I mean, I have 2 inspiration.
I feel like she's more likely to talk that way.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go and do that, Nick. I'll cast Charm Person. Was that a charisma against my?
I believe so.
Yeah.
And the DC 16.
Okay. All right, pulling out my big chunky metal die.
Oh my gosh, here comes the sound. So satisfying.
I'm telling you, I could.
You have to get like a mat to like roll it on. You're just gonna like stick it to the floor.
I could drop these in a sock and kill someone with them. I'm not joking.
I was thinking
Thank you, D&D die.
take ceramic out of a spark plug and hook up some windshields and stuff.
Yeah, 20 some kids with it.
All right.
Charm Person's a wisdom save.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's a wisdom save.
Wisdom.
Yeah.
Wisdom save. Okay. All right. Wisdom saving throw. And that is a 15.
Ooh, nope.
Yes, sir.
Nope.
16.
Okay. So as you guys are down there standing around and you wave your hand to cast charm person on her as she's kind of goes from as Perry speaks to her, she kind of goes from like having her head slightly down with her eyes closed to kind of like looking up, and as she opens her eyes the kind of magic kind of washes over her, and she just kind of tilts her head to the side just ever so slightly and just kind of looks at you. And you can see that like as the magic takes effect, that she doesn't seem to be, at least for now, doesn't seem to be as terrified or upset with you.
Okay. How old is
I'll
Molly
give her
again?
some water.
Huh?
I said I'll hand her some water and say, "Here, take a drink."
Yeah, she gratefully accepts the water and is drinking it. What'd you say, Cole?
I had said, how young is she again? I can't remember.
It's hard to tell with half elves. It's really hard to tell with half elves because she could be anywhere from 20 to 60.
Oh,
So half elves live they live a bit longer. They have a little bit of the longevity of their
range.
elven ancestry. Yeah, so they don't age quite as rapidly as she's an adult. She's
Okay.
I
Yeah, I just
mean,
wanted to know the difference of child or an adult. Like,
yeah, no, she's certainly an adult.
I guess I'll just start with asking how she's feeling.
She kind of looks at you and she's like, sore and tired.
Okay. Well, we're out of that prison now, so things will be a little bit better now. We're just keeping you in here for kind of a precaution thing. We got some questions. There's been a lot of coincidences around, the people you came from and yourself and our own adventures.
She instead of reacting with a little hostility like she may have before, this time she just kind of, I understand. Ask away.
So yeah, what can you tell us? Like, we haven't really gotten the full story, so why don't you just start from the top?
She kind of just like, is almost like shaking her head a little bit as you kind of see her like playing over everything in her head, trying to get a sense of necessarily where would be a good place to start. And she says, I really don't know exactly what it is that you want to know. Um, I I am not, as you can see, I'm not very privileged when it comes to receiving information or anything else like that. I've not been in the confidence of Our Lady or anything like that. Mostly, they just, I don't know. They don't tell me anything. They just like keep me locked up and protected, and I don't understand why. And so my whole life has been bouncing from one place to another. They took me from my mother. I can't find my father, and I tried to get away and make my own life, and they just won't leave me alone.
Okay. Do you have any idea at all what their goal is or anything? What do you feel like your purpose is with them? Then obviously it's
I
for something larger.
I can only speculate. I've spent my life I've spent my life mostly trying to find my father, and or hopefully find my way back to my mother. I was taken as a child, and I've been gone for over 10 years, and I don't know what their purpose is with me. But all I know is it's like they're saving me for something.
Do you feel threatened by them?
I don't know if threatened is the right word, but sometimes.
Like you can't trust them fully?
Oh, for sure. Certainly. She kind of like laughs a little bit and like, hold on, it's Lucas, guys. Let me send him a message
What does he want?
real quick. He wants to come over. I told him that I told him that I would be over there after D&D, but he's at Mom's right now. He's at your place right now. So, but he was supposed to come over last night, but Jack was still a little sickly and stuff, and I didn't want Lucas to catch. These three have been trading the fucking flu and stuff back and forth for the better part of a month. It was Lucas and then Sophie and then Lucas again and then Sophie again and then Jack and then now and Sophie, and I don't want him to be back in the loop. So I was like, well, let me just make sure he's one more day fever free. You know what I mean? Before I let you around him, so that way you don't get fucking sick too.
Flu's been kicking everyone's ass around here.
Y'all keep that shit to yourself.
Telling you, man, it's been everywhere.
I mean, you've got like a 700-mile social distance, so I think you're okay.
It's at that.
Yeah.
It's closer to like 4 or 5.
Okay, so sorry, back into this. But she says yeah, that she's felt like she's felt in danger in their presence a couple of times, but no one's ever outright like tried to attack her or anything like that. But it's never been anything overt. It's always been these subtle feelings of being in danger.
Okay.
Can we roll insight real quick just to make sure she's not uber playing
100%.
us?
Yeah.
Like not
You need
even
new
5.
dice, Cole.
I do, man. I don't know.
That's a
Got a
12.
7.
A 12. Anybody else like to roll insight? Rook or Zezel?
Sure, I'll roll one. That is going to be a 18.
18. So yeah, I'll say that the three of you are. Aruk, you get the sense though that she is telling the truth. She is being truthful. But that there's more there. There's more there, but she's being 100% truthful, but there is a little bit more there. It almost seems like you get the impression that you got to ask the right questions.
Okay.
Even though she's been charmed, she's kind of been so conditioned throughout her life to think before she speaks that she's not just going to offer anything. More along the lines, so you're going to have to ask her the right questions.
Okay. I don't like. I wasn't with the party before.
Take it to 11 real
anything,
quick.
So
Yeah.
I don't know how to ask in character. Ask the right questions.
I'm gonna ask her if she's ever heard of Amaru.
At this, she looks up at you and says, where did you hear that?
I said answer the question and then I'll answer yours.
I'll
She
be
kind
answering
of,
questions, thank you.
yeah.
No, you.
She's like, this
Yeah.
dude. Jesus.
I asked you first. So she kind of looks around and she says, I don't know everything. But what I do know is that the Amaru have been struggling against basically their sister group for a very, very, very long time. The struggle between the Amaru and the Amari go back maybe to the First Age. No one knows for certain. Legend has it they were once one tribe of monks dedicated to an island somewhere that split over a difference in philosophy, I don't know. And over time, they formed into their own two factions and have been at war for most of their existence as individuals separate from one another.
They're tiefling, aren't they?
Yeah, most of them are tieflings that I've met. It's strange. It's almost like a blood feud between two distant sides of the same family. I don't know what it is they're fighting over, but I know that all I know is that my mother was part of the Amaru and that I was taken from her. I suspect that these others are part of the Amari, though I've never had it fully confirmed. The implications are that based on everything I've seen with, first of all, them all being tieflings, or most of them, but I'm fairly certain that Our Lady is, well, the lady, I suppose, is I'm not in her presence anymore. I don't have to call her that. She is the leader of the Amari, I believe. And whatever it is they're planning, I have not been privileged to.
And who do you mean exactly by the
Have we
lady?
asked her?
You get the sense she's talking about the lady that you guys met, that you had the meeting
White
with.
Lotus.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to. Okay,
So,
what was Farouk?
Rook, what were you gonna say?
So I have a question. So have we asked her about that tiefling dude that was in the shipyard?
in the shipyard.
Yeah, what?
The dude that we met in the back room that was under a veil or a disguise?
So
We met
we've
a
met
dude in the
two. We met
church.
one that was disguised as the lady, and then we met one.
And then the other that we fought, kind of.
Well, there was one in the church that Venkin and I went
Yeah.
to, and
Yeah, that one.
yeah, we haven't told her about him yet.
Okay. All right. And then have we asked her about Teodalma?
No.
You can't just interrogate by laying all your cards on the table.
No, I was just asking, like, the
That we-
party,
yeah.
like, outside of character. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, because, like, I didn't know what we've all asked her about, like, so.
So
I
I'm
know
gonna,
you're
But Aruk knows none of these people.
I'm gonna tell her that I had found a script in the library at the prison with Amaru written on it, and I was curious if she knew anything about it.
She immediately becomes you can tell, like, there's interest in her eyes, like she wants to read it herself. Like, you can tell that as you say that, you get and judged by her reaction, you get the sense that, and based on what she's told you already, you get the sense that she's been searching for answers too. Like, she doesn't fully understand exactly what's going on, that she herself has also been searching for answers, and you get the sense that when you bring that up, she's very interested to read whatever it is that you found.
So just real quick, so you said that she's being truthful about what she's saying, so she's not necessarily on the same side of these people. She's actually kind of scared of them. So that part she is being truthful about.
Mhm.
So I guess at this point, do you guys want to just take her out of the jail? Might go a little bit easier. And then since we have that situated, if you want to let her read the scroll in case it's some kind of spell and somehow she can do it.
Well, I think my suspicion about that third scroll is it's the ritual to get to whatever we need at the island. So I don't know that she'd really be able to help with that one. So the other two letters that are like the communications between Bartholomew and A, do they both have both names listed on them?
Yeah, so the one letter is from A, addressed to Bartholomew, and it says, something along the lines of, "Dear friend Bartholomew, blah, 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 blah." And then at the end, it's signed A. And then the other one is, "Dearest A," or "Dear friend A," blah, 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 signed Bartholomew.
Okay.
So I say we let her out,
I
but
think so too.
just not. I don't think we share the scrolls with her just yet.
I don't. Yeah. My thought. I think it's okay if she knows about Bartholomew, but I don't know that I want her to know about A. That's why I was asking about the letters.
I think she's got good intentions. That's why I was wanting to bring it up.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with letting her out.
Right before we do that whole action, I want to ask her what she actually knows about the library itself.
What, the library that you guys were in?
Yeah, like the library, and if she knows anything about the tomb that I was in.
She just kind of says, nothing personal. I've never been there myself. And of course, I spent my entire time there in a cell. But I have heard. I know that they were looking for something down there, and whatever it is that you seem to have found is probably what they were looking for. So I don't know anything really beyond that. I've I've heard them whisper of the chamber of the King Bartholomew, and that's all. That's all I've known is that that they were looking. I've heard whisperings and mutterings of it, but I wasn't even certain that's what they were looking for, or if it was the chamber itself, or if it was something within the chamber. I don't know.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so I guess we can go and do that whole letting her out and letting her roam around. I guess if she wants to take a walk real quick and we can talk as a...
How long does charm person last? 1 minute?
I don't know. I thought it was longer than a minute, but I was kind of wondering the same thing.
I thought it was
Pretty
an
sure
hour.
it's 1 minute.
Yeah, it's an hour.
It's an hour. Okay.
It's
So
an
yeah,
hour.
you guys.
Does a Rook know Teodalma?
You've never encountered Teodalma.
Sweet.
So
That's all I got.
So you guys open the cell and kind of get her up on her feet and unbind her and all that kind of stuff, let her free, and she thanks you and says that she's like, I want to say that I have no intentions of, I don't mean you guys any harm whatsoever. Truth be told, more than anything, I just was trying to get away, and I took an opportunity. I didn't know you. I mean, I've met some of you before, and I felt like I could trust you to get away.
I'll look at her and say, as I end the spell, bygones be bygones, because after the spell ends, she becomes aware, right?
Yeah, she immediately realizes once you like you kind of see like almost like a bit of a clarity wash over her and like a little bit of a and she kind of looks at you and is like, "Damn, motherfucker, you didn't even give me a chance to tell the truth. You straight went to magic on me." Like kind of look, but at the same time she also realizes that she is one lone person without much fighting skill surrounded by a bunch of people who are very capable of fucking killing some shit, so she keeps it chill. And but you do sense a touch of just a touch of that fear kind of creep back when she realizes that you had charmed her.
Yeah. And I let her have that recognition and just kind of like pass that respect back and forth. We both have done things just to, I don't know, just because we needed to do it, just like she did. But now that we're all on the same page, hopefully we can move on. So I'll tell her to like take a little walk and go get some food or something if she wants, so the party can talk.
Yeah, she kind of says, she says, "Thank you, I appreciate that," and she kind of looks like obviously she doesn't really know like necessarily where she's going, but Jim with a G kind of I'll say Jim with a G overhears this conversation as like, "Come on, lass," and fucking kind of leads her away to go find her something to eat and that sort of thing. So kind of get her situated.
So what do you guys think?
I don't know. I still don't trust her.
No, but I mean, we can handle anything she throws at us, I think. While she's on the ship, at least.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Famous
we need
last
her for
words.
sure.
So she's obviously important, but I think I do trust her. I think she's just trying to go back home and answer some questions. You know, if she was being truthful about what she was saying, then even
you
if
guys
she
got
is like withholding some information, I think there's no ill intentions toward us.
Yeah, I'll say this with Aruk's insight, so that way you can kind of engage in this, Aruk, a little bit. Like, you got the best feel of her, and the sense that you got from her is that A, she was being as truthful as she could, and B, also, anything that she's hiding, she's doing out of fear and not out of malice.
Okay. All right. But I'm gonna let the party know that, I mean, my gut's telling me that she's being as truthful as she can be, and maybe we just didn't ask the right questions, or prompt her to like answer things that she's uncomfortable about because she seems scared.
She hasn't given us a reason to not trust her.
I don't know about that, but
But yeah, she kind of has.
Yeah, I don't know about
We're
that.
trying to get away, kind of like a kid trying to run away from home or something.
right.
So, I'm gonna try to. Well, no, I am gonna fill in Aruk on basically since the beginning of our adventure, we've had some bad run-ins with tieflings. Give him the rundown about Medrex and Tia Dalma. Let him know about all
I
of
got the
our
rundown
tiefling
from
encounters.
Medrex. Okay, cool. Yeah, I got the rundown from Medrex, but I didn't really know anything about Tia Dalma because remember, I mean, Aruk came in to help you guys take out Medrex.
Right.
That was
Yeah.
like my first session.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I let him know that Medrex and Tia Dalma had some kind of romantic relationship, and she feels like we've wronged her by killing him.
Sweet. Awesome.
So she's somebody to look out for.
Hell hath no fucking fury like a woman scorned.
Yep.
These tiefling women, man,
Mm-hmm.
across all campaigns, bane of our existence.
Yeah, that's really true across multiple campaigns.
She's not entirely wrong though. We didn't really have a good reason to kill Medrex. We kind of fucked him over from the beginning.
Fuck
needed-
Medrex.
Yeah.
I mean,
Who's an
you
asshole?
guys,
He needed
you guys
I mean, we
just
threw him off a
you guys
ship. We freaking
just
stole a ship. We just, yeah. I mean, we made a fool
We
of that dude.
definitely out assholed
from the
him.
get-go.
We showed him.
Yeah, fuck that dude.
yeah, yeah. You
And
hit.
the
You guys
great
did
memory
hit
of
him with the
Captain
old.
Red. Fuck them bitches.
Yeah, you guys did hit him with the old razzle dazzle in session 1. So,
No regrets.
Oh yeah.
No,
so
not at all. But she don't need to know that.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys want to do with the girl then? So obviously she's some kind of tool to.
I mean, I still plan on spending my nights up in the crow's nest, so she can have my room for the time being.
Okay, it's not what I meant, but.
Oh,
I mean, for
Right.
now, I guess we're just pretty much stuck with her. We'll just,
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel.
well, you guys
Yeah,
what
had
can she
promised
do?
to deliver her somewhere.
yeah,
Yeah,
get
so
some
that's
new
what I'm
start
getting
or
at.
whatever.
What the
but
fuck do we
I don't
mean?
know. We should probably ask her if she wants to go there. Because if she doesn't even want to go there, then
Yeah, I was gonna say, do we want to ask her where her parents are at, and just if it's not like completely out of the
So,
way?
I do remember her saying early on that she was from Calimport. Or not Calimport, hang on. Velen, I think. She was from Velen. And so I'm betting her mom is there.
Okay, does that sound like something you guys want to do? Do you want to hold on to her for now? Want to go and try and like investigate White Lotus a little more?
Mm.
I don't know. I've got a feeling White Lotus is a front for one of these groups.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Amari, probably.
Okay, so a better question: investigate the Amari Amaru
Yeah.
before we do something with her. Just
I think we just keep her for now.
Yeah.
yeah, either that or stash her at home. But I don't know if she'll be safe and hidden there either.
Because with the research that we're doing, it's our, honestly, our ultimate goals kind of align a little bit because she wants to know if she comes from the parents of the other group. And if we're looking for information about those two groups, she's,
Could be abuse.
right.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. So then, what's next?
Yeah, where are we going?
Where are we dropping?
Hell, I don't know. I don't have the map, Perry. Where are we going?
I've got it pulled up here. I'm looking at it. Are we wanting to just keep heading towards this island?
The black spot. Is that what you were talking about?
Yeah.
center
yeah.
aisle?
Oh, speaking of which, last session I also got a complete map. So all the black is taken off of mine. I can post it in the chat.
Cool. Yeah, let's keep heading that way. Because obviously it's something of interest.
Yeah. So we're just outside Almsraven right now, right?
Yeah, so you're like in the Shining Sea there. You guys, you see this island that's directly south of Almsraven.
Yeah.
The one that's kind of it's strangely shaped and it's got the little bitty island sitting in that bay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you guys, I would say, are about halfway between that little island and what's this little spot called Ormper. You guys are like right there in the Shining Sea, like right in the middle, kind of off the coast
Okay.
of that little island. So you're right here in this, kind of heading south towards this little archipelago of Lapal and Hazur and these other small islands just past Elfhara.
Okay. How much food do we have, like rations?
You guys, because you stashed a lot of your supplies and stuff like that, I think if I remember correctly, you guys only had like a week and some change of food. And so I'd say
10
you're
days.
maybe you guys are like, it's been a day or two, so you guys are probably in like the 8 to 9 days of food left range.
Okay. Shit. I don't know.
don't know. Do we want to ask her if we need to go and drop her off? Where are we supposed to be taking her again?
We don't. It's just somewhere away from Alms Raven, basically.
Oh yeah, that's right. They said just hold on to her for now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if we're wanting to go south and around, like up to the Great Sea area, I feel like we should stop somewhere nearby, like Ormpur or the ruins of Shertalar, so that we can just restock.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I'm down.
All right, so Warrenpur sounds more metropolitan-ish.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm good with that.
Also, I kind of want to find a place to get some healing potions.
Right, so let's set sail, and I guess we could do a little fishing on the way.
Yep.
Okay.
Works for me.
All right, so you guys chart a course east towards Ormpur. And you guys are only maybe not even a half a day, let's call it half to 3/4 of a day away. You guys, are you, like you said, you're gonna do some fishing on your way in?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, if you guys want to do some fishing, go ahead, and are you just gonna do your same kind of shoot lightning at the water method?
Yeah, but hang on. Okay, so I can cast Commune with Nature.
Okay.
I briefly become one with nature and gain knowledge of surrounding territory. I give you knowledge of the area within 3 miles. Radius is. Oh, okay. No, it's underground. Never mind. Okay, I can gain knowledge about the bodies of water, animals, people, powerful celestials, and even some other stuff. Anyway, I want to know what kind of fish are within the, I don't know, roughly 3 miles.
Okay, so there are, beneath the water, there are several schools of smaller fish swimming around. You're in the Shining Sea, so this is actually one of the more beautiful and scenic. Think very much like clear water, kind of Caribbean style setting. Very, very gorgeously clear water. I mean, it's not called the Shining Sea for nothing. And so there are several schools of smaller type fish and stuff around, many different varieties. There are some coral reef style ecosystems around. But with all of these smaller fish in these smaller ecosystems, there are some larger ones as well. Up the food chain a little bit, there are some there's some like dolphin-like creatures. There are some sharks as well. And there are also some large fish that are something akin to like a swordfish. That are about within a 3-mile area.
Okay. So I guess to try and simplify it, just take the ship into the largest density of valuable
I understand.
fish, I guess.
I got you. If you guys want to, we can speed this up a little bit. What I'll do is I'll just go ahead and have you guys, whoever's going to be doing the brunt of the fishing,
The lightning.
like the actual physical act of fishing, go ahead and just roll me a nature check with advantage because of your, and then we'll just see kind of what you guys get from there. Because you guys gotten pretty adept at this, so.
The 9.
Oh, geez. So I'll say with a 9, it's below average for your skill level, and how much experience you guys have had with fishing and doing different things. I'll say that with a 9 being a below average catch, I'll say you guys are able to manage to fill up one 50-gallon barrel, like with like smaller fish and stuff that you guys kill that kind of float to the surface. You're able to just kind of collect, and then you guys get one good sized swordfish, one probably maybe 400 or 500 pound swordfish.
Okay. How many times do we want to do this, guys? I got 2 more spell slots for call lightning, so I can fish 2 more times.
I've got 3 spell slots for lightning bolt, so I could just lightning bolt it if you want. That way you can save one.
Yeah.
Save yours.
I mean, it's up to you guys. That's just more fish we can get.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and lightning bolt.
Okay, we'll do one more. So go ahead and make that roll again. This time, Perry, you make the nature check.
Do I still have advantage?
Yeah, because of his commune with nature, so you have a pretty good idea of where they are. You can kind of target your attack a little bit better.
I get a +1. That's a 14.
Okay, the 14 is a little bit better. On the second one, I'll say you guys get 2 more swordfish, or roughly around the same size, for a total of about 1,500 pounds of swordfish. And then you get 1 shark on top of that. So you have 50 gallons of, so roughly I'd say probably 250 pounds of smaller assorted fish. And then the shark, that's probably 700 or 800 pounds. And the 3 swordfish for about 1,500 pounds.
You said 800 pounds for the shark?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a hammerhead variety.
Cool.
Okay. So you guys spend some time fishing. I'll say it takes you guys a couple of hours to just kind of, find them, shoot them with lightning, and then drag them out of the water and kind of pack them and do all that kind of sort of like basic shit in order to prepare them. And then make your way into port at Ormpur. So it's probably approaching evening, maybe 5 or 6 p.m. as you guys pull into the port of Ormpur. Ormpur is not a very big town. It seems to be mostly a trading station. It's as you guys pull in, it's like I said, it's not some big sprawling area, but it is very, very busy. There's a lot of kind of business going on. But then again, with your study of the map, you do know that this is basically the last port until you get down out of the Shining Sea and around this peninsula of Holrua. I think that's how that's pronounced. So it's up all the way until you get down into the Great Sea. So
is it too late to trade?
No. Like I said, it's very, very busy. As you guys kind of pull in and drop anchor and that sort of stuff, you just see there's other fishing ships, people trading, doing stuff. It definitely just seems to be much trading port. It's a little raucous. I'll say this: it gives off like a couple of other places you've been. It gives off like some mini Tortuga style vibes, like some. It's very much like, it's not like a full-on pirate town. It's not like Saltmarsh or anything, but there's definitely a lot more like, there's not like a massive presence of some military or anything like that. So it just seems to be mostly just regular people, fishermen, traders. It's just kind of stuff.
Did we pay the gyms yet?
Yeah,
you guys paid the gyms.
So
they were very, very happy.
They can go and spend their gold, but just make sure that a couple of them at least, stay with the ship.
Yeah, they've got the drill by this point, and they're, yes, Captain, aye, Captain, and all that, as you kind of give your orders to your men. So yeah, as you guys pull in and you guys drop anchor and stuff, and like I said, you just see people bustling around, doing different stuff. You see fishermen unloading fish, doing all kinds of stuff. So.
Okay. Make sure to bring Molly along so she doesn't feel weird. Go watch our haggling skills.
Okay. All right, so yeah, who all is leaving the ship? All of you?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
So the whole party, Molly included, you lower the gangplank and make your way off the docks. You do see a couple of people immediately, some smaller vessels that are immediately adjacent to the Jim and Juice. Oh wait, no, the Jimmy Chonga.
Chimichanga. Yeah.
The Jimmy Chonga. Sorry. Um,
What's
and
the
you.
what's the response to us having a stone person on the bow?
That's what I was just getting to. As you guys' ship pulls in, first off, it's the nicest ship in the port. It's like the highest quality ship in the port, and so it draws the
big
attention
flex.
of some of of the
Like a Bentley, Matthew.
Yes, sir.
and it has no flag. You guys have not put a flag up top, so it's just a ship with no flag that is pulled into port. It is a very lavish, very well made ship compared to everything else, and it has a stone statue of a man strapped to the front of it. And you're definitely getting some looks from some of the fishermen that are in your immediate vicinity, especially as you guys kind of walk off, looking like the crew of the fucking Black Pearl.
If I notice there's
Double
any
peg
people
leg
looking
up.
at my ship, I'm staying here.
Okay, so the captain, you're gonna stay behind with the ship,
Yeah.
kind of watch over your ship.
They definitely know we're not just fishermen.
Yeah.
You
So
don't leave a Bentley in the hood unattended.
yeah, right. Yeah. So yeah, as you guys, as most of the party makes your way out down onto the docks and stuff, it seems that some of the people are just kind of like getting out of the way, and kind of some people who are kind of giving you an eye, like, who the fuck are these guys?
Real
You
quick,
know.
before we get past the ship thing, can they tell if it's a real man made out of stone on it, or
It is. I mean, it is It's either one of two things. It's either, to them, it either looks like a man that was turned to stone, or one of the best goddamn most expensive sculptures they've ever seen. It's like, whoever did it really, they're like, man, whoever sculpted that really captured the fear in his eyes. you know what I mean? Like, god damn, that motherfucker understands emotion, like, so. So, but you also wouldn't imagine there are too many connoisseurs of fine art in this particular port. So yeah, you guys make your way up off the docks and into this town that's basically most of the town of the bazaar. There are some people who live here. You can tell there's some residential and stuff like that. There's like a whole street of inns, of different bars and varieties of inns and stuff like that. And then there's just this massive bazaar, and there's fish trading that's going on and selling that's going on, and then there's also like all manner of trade going on. People unloading, what seem to be barrels of different various kinds of alcohol, all kinds.
As we're walking down the main street, I want to. I know in previous towns, White Lotus has had some kind of insignia on the outside of their buildings. I want to roll to see if I see a White Lotus presence here.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and go for investigation.
It's a 16.
So yeah, as you guys are walking down the main street through the bazaar, and seeing any of the closer inns and taverns and such, you see that there is one place that has a small there's nothing painted, but however there is like sitting out front, there is like almost like a flower arrangement, like this nice big like kind of flower pot that's set up, and there's white lotuses in the flower pot. The pot's sitting in another larger pot of water, and there are white lotuses, like all like these big massive petals with flowering lotus flowers all over it.
Okay. Is Molly with us?
Mhm.
Yeah.
She is. Okay.
I want to, yeah, just kind of, I don't know. I mean, no, I guess if we already see it, then there's no point asking her.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Okay, well, I guess we need to trade this fish.
Yeah, make sure to get some salt back so we can. Do we have salt, by the way? I guess I should ask that first.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys had a nice supply of salt that you guys picked up. I thought you got a couple 100 pounds of it from one of your last adventures.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, you guys are gonna look for a fish merchant. Yeah, so there's many to choose from. There's people. There seems to be there's a dwarven man selling fish. There is a couple of different humans selling fish and seem to be dealing in fish. And then also what looks to be some kind of maybe half elven or elven figure also selling fish. There's plenty of different varieties.
Again, Nick? Yeah, we're gonna do this again.
Do I recognize
right.
the half elf?
You don't.
Okay.
You don't recognize them.
Make sure it's not that son of a bitch that stiffed us.
Right.
Yeah.
Scattered across the coast.
You owe me fucking 500 gold, motherfucker.
Before we even choose one, I'll just go up to a general stand and just say, "Hey, here's some, I give them like, I don't know, a few pieces of gold. Who gives the best prices on buying fish around here?"
Do the merchants seem to specialize in certain kinds of fish?
No, it seems to be it seems to kind of be they all do seem to be in some kind of competition with one another.
Okay.
Just kind of the nature of it. I mean, all these coastal port towns that are especially the ones where there's heavy trading going on, there's always going to be stiff competition. So you walk up to one of the nearest humans, a tall, dark-haired, tan-complected man, kind of gives you maybe some like Middle Eastern vibes, and you approach and throw 2 gold coins down on his table and are like, "Who gives the best prices for fish around here?" and blah 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 blah. And he kind of picks up the 2 coins and he's got a nice long mustache, and he kind of, well, my good sir, I would venture to say that I do.
Yeah, I bet.
Okay. Entertain me. We got what, 50-gallon? Yeah, 50-gallon drum of small fish, 1,500 of tuna, and 800 of shark. What's your best price?
He says, that's quite a bit. Let's see. What varieties of the smaller fish? Generally don't deal in too many of the small things. You kind of look around and see that he has a lot of, like, the fish that he has. He has some of the smaller varieties, but you see that he's mostly dealing in, like, he has a lot of, like, prime choice cuts off of, like, shark and swordfish and different, like, you know what I mean? And so he says, I don't know if I would be interested in the smaller fish, but you said 1,500 pounds of swordfish. I would be definitely interested in that. Let's see, going rate for swordfish.
Now, hang on. Is it actually swordfish, or is it just?
Yeah, swordfish.
Is it okay? I can.
Yeah.
You said something like swordfish, and we sell.
Yeah.
Fit or some shit.
Yeah. Yeah. So no, and so you're like 1,500 pounds. Let's see. He says, I can offer you 2,500 gold for the swordfish.
Swordfish and the shark?
No, just for the swordfish, my good sir.
Alright,
I mean, if you're willing to throw the shark in on the deal, then you got yourself a bargain, my good sir.
All right, then how much?
So he said 2,500 for the swordfish, and I'll give you another. What species of shark?
Hammerhead, right?
Yep.
Hammerhead. Not as desirable around here. I can give you another 500 gold for the shark, for a total of 3,000 gold.
All right, we'll be back. Yep.
And he kind of, and you see he kind of like takes the coins off the table as you say that, puts them in his pocket, and he says, "All right then. Well, I'll be here. I'm certain you won't find a better price."
Okay.
We'll see.
It's. I'm not. I don't know. That half elf got a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, I want to go to
away.
the dwarf. I speak dwarvish,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
I'm going
Yeah,
to
so-
try and haggle with him.
Okay,
Are there
yeah. So
any
you
orcs
walk.
here?
You do see a couple of orcs about, but not one selling fish. But you do see one that is actually you do see an orc that is kind of seems to be loading things just near the dwarven fisherman.
All right, I'm gonna go up to the orc and talk to him in Orcish, and
Okay.
ask him like, hey brother, what's skinny around here? Who gives the best prices?
He kind of looks up at you and he kind of scoffs and replies back to you in Orcish. He's like, "Best prices? What do you mean, all these fucking cheapskate scavenger motherfuckers around here?" And he just starts like going in, and he's like, "But whatever you do, stay away from that curly mustached fuck." And he looks directly over at the dude you guys are just talking to.
Alright, cool. I fucking kick him like 5 gold pieces, and I'm like, thanks, bro.
He kind of looks up at you and he fucking, you know what I mean? Like, you know? So
I go back and I'll whisper in Perry's ear. I'll be like, yo, that curly fucking mustache fuck. Stay away from him.
I look at the orc that you were talking. I nod my head at you, and I look at the orc that you were talking to, and I give him the finger guns.
he just like looks back up at you and he's like hits you with some cool finger guns real quick, and then goes back to his work. And
the coolest fucking dude in the Forgotten Realms.
Yeah, he's just chill as fuck. So do you guys approach over to the dwarf that he's staying next to? Perry, you approach him, and I imagine you're gonna address him in Dwarvish.
Yeah, I'm gonna address him in Dwarvish and say, "Hi, we have some fish we're looking to offload, and to be quite honest, the human merchant over there, he gave us a rather insulting offer. So I was hoping I could speak to you."
He kind of
Don't tell him what the offer is yet.
I'm not going to.
By the way,
he chuckles and he's like, "Oh, that doesn't surprise me. That one over there, he's a wee bastard." And he's like, "What have you got, lad?"
I say we got 250 pounds assorted smaller fish, 1,500 pounds swordfish, and 800 pounds of hammerhead.
Ooh, very nice. All right then. Let's see here. And he kind of walks over and he's got like what the fuck are those things called? The little thing with the fucking beads. You know what I mean?
Abacus.
For counting. Abacus. And so he goes over and he's like fucking doing some fucking math real quick, and he's like, "Oi, lad, I'll give you 4,200 for the lot. That's the best I can do."
Okay.
Prices are down a little bit for the hammerhead.
Yeah, understood.
Almost double what that dude was offering.
Yeah. And to be clear, we can't trust the fucking half elf over there, right?
And he looks at you with, I mean, venom. It's absolute fucking venom. And he goes, "No, that pointy-eared bastard." He's like, "Don't even say his name in my presence." He
we don't even know his name.
fucking hates it.
I look at him like, hey, I look at the dwarf and I'm like, how much you willing to pay for me to whack him?
Oh,
He kind of like looks around. He's like, "Are you the fed money?"
It's real serious.
Yeah.
I lean in and like tower over him and look straight down at him. I'm like, I'm your guy.
you trying to intimidate? Or...
Roll.
What are you trying to do?
He's trying to kill the
Roll
half elf.
persuasion. Roll persuasion, Aruk.
Oh fuck.
I know, but
Got it.
That's like the weirdest
That's a
way to try
25.
Woo!
Oh my
I
lord.
mean, you're gonna want an intimidating
He's
dude
like-
to do it.
He looks over at the other orc you were just talking to, and kind of like gives him a little bit of a look, and that orc is like, "Nah, he's a G," and like gives, yeah, and he's like, he leans in and he goes, "I'll tell you what, lad, you kill that wee bastard, and I'll throw an extra 5,000 gold on the pot. I've been wanting that bastard dead for years."
Absolutely done.
I spit in my hand, and I
Oh.
put it out to him.
And he kind of just one before he shakes your hand, the one last fucking just dagger over at the elvish guy, and he fucking, "You got yourself a deal, sonny."
So-
And he fucking shakes your hand, and he's like, "I'll expect proof before I give you the gold, though."
All right, all right, all
I
right.
like
Look,
fucking a nod.
So he's
go
like,
ahead. I got
"Oh
an
no,
idea.
lads." Go ahead.
So,
So we're just gonna
alright,
bum rush this dude?
really not-
Now
Eric,
I'll tell him, I was like, we'll deliver the fish and proof in the morning.
well, what we can just have him pick it up with the fish, like
Yeah,
in a
that's what
barrel.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
In a
Okay.
barrel. Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, as soon as you say that and he agrees to it, I want to pass without trace on me and Eric, and literally just turn invisible almost. As soon as he looks away, we're gone.
Okay. So yeah, he's like,
Are we gonna wait
Before-
for
as you guys
Rob
are-
to do this?
I was gonna
Can
say,
we just
as you
now?
guys, real quick, as you guys are like, kind of discussing, like the kind of the basic plan. He's like, he goes, "Okay, look," he's like, "I'll pick everything up from you in the morning. I'll bring the gold, but you better have his fucking head." And he's like, and he goes, "But if all is well, the gold's yours." And he says, "Small price to pay to get that fucking wee shite out of my hair forever." And so he's like, he goes, if you have any questions or anything, my boy over here, and he points to the half orc that you were talking to, Aruk, he's like, he'll be down at the docks for a while, loading up a shipment that somebody just bought from me. He's like, so he'll be down on the docks most of the afternoon, or for most of the evening, and then he'll be back down there first thing in the morning. So if you have any questions, just find him.
I wonder if we can persuade
Yeah.
this half elf to get on the ship, and then we just beat his fucking ass.
Well,
on the
can't we
ship.
just like? Doesn't he buy fish? Can't we just try to
We
sell him
have
the
a
fish?
rogue in the party.
I was about to say that.
Yeah,
Like, this
I was
dude's
gonna
got
say-
We
dagger
have a
that'll
rogue. This is the
one-shot him.
perfect thing.
Yeah.
I can't be caught, honestly. I mean, I'm not being cocky or
Okay.
anything, but
Yeah, that
Look,
works.
yeah, he even dropped a fucking thing in the chat. I mean, he's ready.
He's.
All right. Yeah,
Yeah, Assassin's Creed mode. Yeah.
we'll just we'll take Molly to a tavern, and you guys can try and sell this dude some fish.
Not the White Lotus Tavern.
I don't know. I was kind of wondering about that. Maybe we should. Why not?
Well, I mean, we had agreed with the White Lotus that we were gonna get her away from them so that they could start
Oh.
new.
Well, okay. I thought it was just to get her away from that physical location, not them in general.
No, she like wanted out.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes sense then.
So
So who wants to go eat a Happy Meal with Molly while the rest of us?
I will.
Okay.
Okay. So Perry, you and Molly kind of head off to one of the taverns and to go get some drinks and some different things also like that. I imagine maybe under the guise that like you're gonna go try to maybe buy some alcohol for the ship or something from one of the merchants in there, and so the two of you head off. The rest of you are in the middle of this bazaar. What's your plan?
Isn't
I'll get back
Zezel
to
at the
I'll get to
ship?
Perry. Oh, Zezel is on the ship, yeah. So everybody
Yeah.
but Zezel.
Okay. So it's just me,
Yeah.
Jack, and Farouk, right?
Hmm.
Okay, so yeah, I'll walk up and I'll
Yeah.
start the conversation and say, hey, that dude with the curly mustache over there says you got the best prices for fish.
The half elf just kind of gives you a look and like is instantly like almost sniffing some bullshit. He was like,
Yeah.
he's like, he just looks at me and he goes, with all due respect, sir, there's no way in hell that son of a bitch over there recommended you to me.
Well, he recommended, but after talking to him with some prices on fish we have, there's no way you can do worse than he did. And I tell him how much fish we had and the price he gave us. Surely you can do better than that.
He goes, oh yeah, that's almost criminal. And he kind of says, and you kind of give him the amounts, and he kind of weighs it over in his head a little bit, and then he's like, oh yeah, I could easily do
Nick's
3,200, 3,300.
I thought you were
3,300
about to,
gold?
like,
Our dwarf guy.
I thought you were gonna double the bounty on his head.
Yeah, no, he's like, yeah, I can give you, I'll tell you what. Hammerhead's a little bit down, but I'll give you 3,300 gold for the lot.
Oh, you could come on. That's
Nah.
you said it was criminal.
And he's like,
you can do better than that.
listen,
That's not.
we've
my
all
fault.
got to make a living, and Hammerhead's down. There's a lot of it. There's a surplus in the market, sir.
All right, how about you check out these small fish first before you give me a final offer? You can do better than that.
Hey.
Surely.
Real quick. Did we offer the small fish to the dwarf?
Yeah.
Or did we
Yeah.
just offer him? We did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He says, I mean, I guess I could send someone down to look at what you've got.
No,
Sorry, I almost went
wanna
back to the
talk
dwarf's
you
voice
one-
there for a second.
What'd you say?
I said, sorry, I almost went back to the dwarf's voice there for a
Oh,
second.
I want to say no because I want you to tell me the offer once you see it. Surely you can do better than that. I don't wanna do this back and
Roll,
forth stuff.
roll, persuasion.
All right, somebody give me some guidance or something because I'm gonna fuck this up.
I can't.
I don't
I'm
have
not there
guidance,
anymore.
bro.
Oh, that's a nat 20. I know. That's the only one I'm gonna get today.
Yeah, it is. Hey guys, hold on. Lucas is blowing my shit up. Let me fucking. Goddamn. That boy is persistent.
Is he like really not happy at mom's?
I
At my
guess.
place?
You know how he gets, bud. Like, you know how he gets when he wants something. Like, you know, like sometimes he'll just get mad because you won't let him do something. Like, I want to go home. You know what I mean? Like typical
Yeah.
kid shit. Yeah, that's what he's doing, I guess. Either that or Aurora has a friend over and he's grumpy about it.
Yeah. Or Brittany's over. I know he doesn't like Brittany.
Well, that's fair. No one does. Okay.
Hell yeah.
So, so you rolled a nat 20
Yeah.
on that persuasion, and he's like, "Oh, all right, let's go, but we got to make this quick." And he kind of looks over at one of his guys, and he's like, "Watch the stand. I'm gonna go try to." And he's kind of like, you know, and then he kind of just whispers and mutters to his buddy in his ear or whatever, and then he's like, "You come with me." And one of his bigger, kind of chunky, fucking human compatriots comes with him, and the two of them.
So is this the fucking half elf dude?
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice. The curly mustache fucker.
Wait, what?
I don't want to do this during the day on
That's
the
the curly
shift, though.
mustache.
I'd rather
half
sneak
elf.
off and get him in his
No.
house.
No, the curly mustache guy isn't human. Right?
Yeah, the curly
I
mustache.
thought that was the pointy eared dude is the one that we're trying to kill.
Yeah.
Right.
I thought he had
Yeah,
a
the
mustache.
half elf. No. That was a human. You've
Yeah,
talked
that's
to
the one we're
3
trying to
different fish.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're trying to kill the half elf.
Okay.
That's the one he wants dead.
Real quick. Got it. So we're trying to kill the half elf. That's the one we have with us. Correct?
Yeah, that's the one who he just nat 20 to convince to walk with you to your fucking ship. So,
Alright, so he's coming on board the ship. Does anyone have
yeah.
disguise self?
Yeah, I do.
I have very aggressive stealth. Pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, I think hang on. Yes, I do.
Okay.
And he's
What
about
if
the same
we...
height as I am, right?
Yeah.
So that should work out.
No, you're big as fuck, boy. You're like 7 feet fucking tall.
Yeah.
All right, 3 feet shorter than normal. I think that'll cover it.
Yeah, you can do it.
Yeah, that'll
You
cover
can do
it.
it.
Okay.
Yeah, he's about average size for a half elf, maybe like 5'10", $180.
Okay. All right, so we got the afterward covered. Now we just need Zezel to.
Yeah, so you guys, as you guys are making your way back to the ship, I will leave you guys as you're walking back to the ship and move over to Perry and Molly. As you guys pick a tavern, and it's just small, nothing. It's not it's not the smallest or anything, but it's kind of middle of the road size. It's an inn and tavern. And it says it's the name of it is Inn the Hole.
Okay.
And you guys make your way inside, and there's just looks like some different sailor types sitting around the bar kind of area drinking. It is getting on into the evening, so it's starting to fill up a little bit in there. There's some barmaids going around. There's some barmaids going around, serving drinks, that sort of thing. Kind of your typical, port town inn scene.
Okay. I want to wave down a barmaid.
Is there any...
What was that, Eric?
Oh, nothing. You can go ahead first.
Okay. Yeah, I want to wave down a barmaid. I want to order both of us a plate of food, and ask what they have to drink.
She says, "Well, hello there," and she kind of like gestures for you guys to sit down at a table, and she's like, she says, we have a wonderful fresh sushi here, and that sort of kind of food and stuff like that. And she's like, to drink, we have all manner of things. We've got some wines, we have ales, we have a couple different kinds of ale. We have a house ale, a nice dark red that's pretty popular. We have many different varieties of wine. We have coffee and tea, that sort of thing.
Okay. Do you have any? I don't know that you would have it. It's an import. I'm looking for a gnomish wine. It's a mushroom base.
She says, unfortunately, no, we don't get many gnomes out in these parts.
Okay. All right. I look to Molly and I say, you can get what you want. I want to try the red ale.
And Molly says, that sounds good. I'd like to try the same.
Okay.
So yeah, you guys sit down at a table. A few moments later, some time passes, and I'll get you just a second, Eric. And she brings around a couple plates of, looks like some really delicious. I mean, they've got like there seems to be like some shark. There's some all different manner of different fish on this platter with some like rice and some. It just looks good. It looks really good for considering it's a little inn. And then she brings these two big tankards of this. It's surprisingly red. It's a lot more red than he thought it was going to be, and it's got even the head itself has got a bit of a reddish brown hue to it. It almost got a little bit of like almost a dried blood color in the. And she says, "Oh yeah, we call that the blood of the Leviathan."
Nice.
And so, go ahead, Eric.
I want to ask the bartender if she has any.
You're not.
Local...
You're not. You're not there.
Oh, I'm not there. Okay. I want to
Yeah,
find a town guard then. That's around me. Is there a town guard around me?
Yeah, real quick. Yeah, as you guys are, I mean, you're walking with the whole party, or with the whole party, Sans, Perry, Zezel, and Molly, with this fishmonger half elf and his chonky buddy, through the town. So there's not really like a proper like town guard necessarily. It
I'm
seems
still
to
on the
be,
ship, aren't I?
yeah, you're still on the ship, Zizzle. So there's not really, like I said, there's not really like a town guard or like a necessarily a military that's about. It seems to be more of like you get the sense that any defense of the city seems to be more of like a militia effort of just citizens.
Okay. I just wanted to know if there was like a like if this town would like frown upon like duels. I had an idea.
I'll say this. Roll insight real quick. Just roll insight.
Got it. I can do that. That is going to be a 18.
Yeah, with the insight of 18, you get the impression that this town's got a little Wild West in it.
All right.
You don't know. You get the perception that I don't know. You might be able to pull off some dual shit, depending on who knows.
Yeah, fuck around.
All
Find
right.
out.
Exactly.
I
Yeah,
yeah, no.
it's that kind of town. So
Okay. Yeah. So I've got
alright.
like is there any way I could like roll stealth to tell I guess I'm with who am I with?
You're with
Venkin?
Calico Jack and Venkin, yeah.
So do you think I could roll stealth to see if I could like whisper into Venkin's ear about a plan that I have?
Didn't you cast Pass
Because I don't
Without
have
Trace?
method.
Yeah, but I didn't know if we inadvertently kiboshed that to take him back to the ship and lure him in.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure it was implied that you retconned that. Yeah, Eric, go ahead and kind of
like,
roll like a yeah, just roll stealth to kind of see how stealthily you can
sleight
just be
of
like
hand or sleight of hand or stealth? What do you want?
Stealth.
Okay.
Because you're not really doing
Have to
anything
roll
with your
that one.
hands necessarily. You're just kind of leaning over and be like, "Hey."
Okay, so I have to roll that. I guess I have to roll stealth with disadvantage because of my armor, I guess. So
I'll say you can
rolled
disregard
a-
well, hold on. You can disregard disadvantage for this because you're not trying to like be stealthful with your movements. You're kind of trying to be more stealthful with your words. You're just trying to cover your actions. You're not trying to be necessarily quiet in the sense that you're trying to prevent your armor from making noise. Does that make sense?
Okay,
As long as you don't
got
like,
it. Then I rolled a 18.
Okay, yeah. So you can stealthily communicate your plan
Okay.
pretty much in its entirety to Venkin. So while you're cooking that up, if you want to
Wait, what languages do me and Venkin share?
Druidic,
use
Common, Elvish, Giant.
Yeah. Okay. I know no, he knows Elvish too. He's a half elf. All right. I'm just going to just whisper in common into your ear. Hey, whenever this dude gives the price and we get back to the dock, I'm gonna challenge this dude to a fucking duel.
Okay.
We can try the assassination attempt, but if that fails, then
Well, okay. I think
I'm just gonna challenge it to a fucking open arm duel. I think I
since
can
he
take this
starts
dude.
talking about this, I'm gonna cast. I'll go ahead and cast Pass Without Trace on all of us, so that we can talk in quiet. I guess. The duel should be the first attempt. The assassination should be the second.
All right, yeah, I will try. Yeah. So
we
if
can
he
definitely
like,
kibosh the assassination attempt because we haven't told Zezel yet.
no,
So if you want to do that, like let him give us a shitty price and then challenge him to a duel, we could do that.
got it.
Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, I think I can take this dude.
Okay.
All right. So while you guys are discussing this plan and everything, I'm gonna move back to Perry and Molly in the inn. Like I said, she brings around, like I said, this really good looking, very, very blood red looking ale and all that kind of stuff. And she says, well, enjoy. If there's anything else that you need, just let me know.
All right, I'm gonna take a sip of the ale. I'm assuming it's a high quality.
Yeah, it's fucking probably it might be the best ale you've ever had.
Okay. I'm gonna ask how much it would cost to purchase a barrel.
She says, "Oh, wow. Well, let's see. I don't know. I usually don't sell it by the barrel. I'll have to check with the innkeeper himself, and I'll get back with you."
Okay. I want to, while she's doing that, kind of take a look around the room. I have a feeling that Perry would be a little on edge because he knows that he's being watched by tieflings. So I want to look around and see if I can see any of the like.
Okay, go ahead and roll investigation for me.
Do you have detect magic?
Yeah, I do. That's a 10.
With a 10, yeah, you look around and no one really stands out to you. There's no like obvious tieflings in here or anything else like that. They mostly seem to be, you've got your occasional half orc, maybe one or two of those, but it mostly seems to be like ship crews and stuff like that in here. Crewmen for ships and stuff. So
Cool.
a lot of humans and stuff.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and detect magic. See if I can catch any kind of illusions or anything like that.
So when you cast detect magic, you don't really see anything around the room that really stands out to you. There's the occasional maybe like a minor magical item that someone's holding on to. Go ahead and roll perception for me real quick.
Okay. That's a 19.
Okay. So with that perception, as you're kind of looking around, your vision passes and you kind of look over the table and Molly as you do, and you notice that there is a significant magical signal coming from a small necklace that she wears around her throat.
Molly?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there seems to be a pretty powerful magical signal coming from this small necklace that she has around her throat, and it's a simple golden chain with a small like teardrop shaped blood red ruby that's hanging around her throat.
Okay. Do I detect magic will grant me the school of magic or type of magic that it emits?
Oh, okay, yeah. So it is of the style of magic of illusion.
Illusion. Ah, bitch. All right. Fuck. All right.
You gonna call her out now, or you gonna chew on it?
Yeah. Well.
Fuck.
I'm gonna look at Molly and ask her if she remembers where we just came from. My memory's a little hazy.
What do you mean, like where we just came from?
Like our
Like,
last couple ports.
and she kind of like looks at you with genuine concern, like, "Are you all right?" And she goes, "We just came from Almsraven. Is everything okay?"
Yeah. This ale is kind of making my head feel weird. I want to make sure that yeah, everything's fine.
Yeah. She's like, "Yeah, we were just in Almsraven. I was locked in a cell for days while you guys were doing whatever the fuck it was you guys were doing,
Okay.
and then we broke out and got chased and all that shit."
All right. Where did you get your necklace?
She kind of looks down and like looks at it and she's like, "Oh, this my mother gave it to me when I was a child. I don't know. I've had it my whole life."
Okay. Interesting.
Out of game question, real quick. Can you wear a magical item that gives you an effect and not be using it?
Some
Yeah, some items though it's involuntary. It's just like as
Okay.
soon as you're wearing the magical item, the effect is upon you regardless.
I'm gonna be straight up with her then. I'm gonna say my shivers have been timbered after being followed by these tiefling, and so I've made it a habit to cast detect magic on every room, and your necklace kind of stuck out to me.
She says, roll insight.
Insight +6. Okay. Will a 25 do it?
I mean, you know. So she says, you can immediately tell she's like, as soon as you say that, like, she's very nervous. All of a sudden, she's like fidgety, and not in like a in like a I've been caught way, but it's
She's scared to tell me.
scared to tell you. Think about it in the way of like you catch like like I don't know, it's hard to describe how like but yeah, she's definitely scared to tell you and definitely has like but you don't get the impression that it's anything malicious. You get the impression that whatever it is, it's something very like almost like personal that she's very like almost ashamed of a little bit, like to a degree.
Okay.
You can't tell if it's shame or if it's just like fear of retribution if she were to reveal the truth, kind of thing.
Okay. I tell her I don't want to press the issue. I didn't mean to make you nervous. I just hadn't noticed it before, and I just was curious.
Yeah, she's like she just kind of like nods her head, and then she just looks really uncomfortable now, and she's just like you said that the beer made your head swim a little bit, so she just like grabs the beer and takes a nice big drink of it, and she's like, for a moment, even through her fear and everything else like that, she's like, oh fuck, that shit is really good. Wipes a little bit of the head, like the foam and froth off of her upper lip, and takes another sip of it and sets it down, and then kind of you can tell the alcohol helped a little bit, but she's still like nervous as she continues to eat.
That's fine. I just curious. Yeah, I do want to buy a barrel of this beer though.
Yeah. After a few moments, you guys are kind of like eating in silence for a little bit, and the waitress comes back and she's like, "My lord said that he would be willing to sell you a cask of the ale. One cask is 300 gold, or he'll sell you 5 casks for 1,000 gold."
Okay. Out of game, how many beers do we get out of a cask?
Oh fuck! I mean, dude, cask is like
A shit
50
ton, right?
gallons of this
Yeah.
shit.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like 50 gallons of it. So it's a fuckload. You're talking about like 50-gallon barrels of this shit for a grand, basically.
At least 5 beers.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So like, yeah, it's like basically like one barrel would last even Calico Jack like a whole week. So,
Okay. Yeah.
Calico Jack be drinking. So
Right.
Don't challenge him like that.
yeah, like I'm finishing this bitch in 3 days. So
Yeah. Fuck it. Yeah. I'll go ahead and drop a stack on him.
okay, yeah, he's like, oh, wonderful, sir, and then he's like, where can we deliver it to?
I let him know that yeah, the nicest ship in the port. You'll know it when you see it.
The Bentley parked down the way.
Yeah.
He kind of gives you like a, oh, all right, big spender. Very well, sir. And he says, it'll be there the first thing in the morning, and you can pay my courier upon receiving.
Perfect.
And he says, it's been a pleasure doing business with you, sir. If there's anything else, after this, like when she kind of runs back, the innkeeper himself actually comes out to speak to you. when she goes in is like, hey, this motherfucker's gonna buy a whole fucking stack of this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so he comes out and you guys, kind of go over the plan and stuff like that together. And like I said, he says, pleasure doing business with you, sir. If there's anything else that you need, just let me know.
Perfect.
Yeah. By the way, he's an older human male, kind of older, like stocky human male.
Got it. He's
Okay.
delivering. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Deliver it first thing in the morning.
That's all my business there.
Okay. So yeah, you guys finish up your meal, down the rest of your ales, and you make your way out of the tavern. The innkeeper waves at you as you leave. And you guys get out on the street. I will say it's pretty obvious and apparent at this point that after drinking that whole big fucking thing of ale, Molly's a little tipsy for sure. She's not like a drinker or anything. She's not used to, and that's some of the strongest ale. Like that's some fucking good ale. You know what I mean? And you're like, okay, yeah, she's a little sloshy.
I'm going to cast Mage Hand to help her down the street.
Yeah, so there's like she's like leaning on a mage hand, like holding on, walking down the street. So yeah, you guys you're heading straight back to the ship then?
Yeah, I'm going to the ship.
Yeah, so you guys make it back to the ship, heading back to the ship. Back to the rest of the party. You guys have just made it to the ship, and walked up the gangplank. Zezel, you see, the party, Sans, Perry, and Molly, approach with a half-elven figure and a chunky human figure that both walk up onto the deck of the ship and are apparently there to basically see the wares, so to speak, and check out this fish that you guys have captured.
Kind of
So
just
since
welcome them
we're
back on
all
board.
in-
And
Go ahead.
that was it.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah, he
hear
just
you.
he just gave you a grand welcome aboard.
Oh, okay.
The Jimmy Changa.
Go ahead and get back into stealth, and I'll tell both Calico Jack and Zezel our plan. And I guess if he doesn't accept the duel, Zezel is to basically just assassinate.
Nice him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Zezel, yeah, you kind of get the sense that there's some kind of weird shit going on, but he's like, look, if this motherfucker gives us some bullshit and Aruk challenges him to a duel and all that, yeah, then your job is to just ice this motherfucker. So,
I'll give him the old stabby stab.
yeah, give him the old fucking. All right.
Jump down from the crow's nest.
So yeah, the Jims kind of drag the shark and the swordfish and all that out, and he kind of looks over it, inspecting it, and he looks at the shark and he goes, what's this? And he kind of points to a slight like scorch mark on the fin where it got zapped, like on the main dorsal fin of the shark. He's like, what happened here?
We have a no hook policy, no bait policy.
Kind of gives you a look like, what? You know, like, huh?
Nod at him.
Why don't you cooperate with me? Nice. All right, so he kind of looks over it for a moment, and he kind of sees like whispering back and forth with his compatriot, and he goes, yeah, I think I could probably do 3,200 for this. These smaller fish, these aren't going to sell very well, and the shark is blemished, and hammerheads aren't in high demand right now. So yeah, 3,200. That's the best I can do for you.
I'm absolutely insulted.
Yeah, I stand up and I'm like, that is an outrage. I challenge you. Like, you've disgraced my ship, my captain, and my crew. I'm gonna challenge you to a duel.
He's like, whoa. I didn't mean to offend. But you must understand that. And he tries to go on to explain, like, that's just kind of what the pricing is, and you're not going to find a better offer than that anywhere. He's just kind of trying to rationalize with you, and he's like, oh, I can't duel you over a matter like this. So this is You know, and he's just kind of like, you know.
You insulted my. I was like, you insulted my crew in front of my captain, and you insulted me and my heritage. I was like, I'm a proud tribe of fishermen. This is fun, quality fish, sir. And I like throw down my arms. I'm like, duel to the death, no weapons.
he's like, what? And he's like, at this point, he's like looking around, and he sees like all you guys living, like Jimmy the Great is like, fucking just stand, like Jimmy's intense, bro. You know, Jimmy's just like, he's like breathing and shit, like a little spit flying out of his mouth. He's like, let me fucking at him, you know what I mean? And this dude's like, he like looks at his buddy and he's like, I think we should leave. And he kind of like grabs his friend on the arm, like to try to lead him, like they're gonna like, let's get the fuck out of here. And
I just look over at Zezel. I'm just.
So is he gonna leave ship?
That's what he's
gonna leave
like.
the
That's what
ship?
he's like looking like he's about to try to leave the ship.
Are we downstairs or anything?
He's like,
in the
no, you guys are
storage
all
area?
out on the. No, you guys are out all on the deck. Out on the main deck.
When I nod at him, I'll cast pass.
So
on all of us. So he's.
Well,
We're all just. Well.
Yeah. Yeah. So
got a trace on him. That way I can
pass with a trace.
attack
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, I was gonna say all of us, just so we're all like, all of us disappear, I guess. But,
okay, yeah. So basically, what Pass Without Trace basically is just like, it's almost like magic that's just like basically makes it really, really, really hard for people to like notice you, kind of. You know what I mean? So like, it's not necessarily gonna make you guys invisible. It's just.
What
Am I
about
within
darkness?
eyesight yet?
Town isn't very big. I say you're within eyesight of the ship, but I don't know if you can necessarily see exactly what's going on deck.
So
because you have to consider,
is that within
this
shouting
ship is
distance?
this is the biggest and nicest ship on the not quite in shouting distance, but close. This ship is the biggest and the basically nicest in the port, and so you can't really see from the ground level, like from the dock level. You can't really see up and onto the deck of the ship. You can just kind of see, like if someone was standing at the edge, you could see them. You know what I mean? Just from perspective.
Okay.
You have to be quite a distance away and slightly elevated to be able to see up onto the deck of the ship from where you are.
So nobody can see us, pretty much, especially with Cast Without Trace.
Yeah. There's a pretty good chance nobody's really going to notice what's going on unless you get. And with the Pass Without Trace, it's going to muffle your sound. People aren't going to really, you know what I mean?
Cool. Well, then I'm going to sneak up on him and stick him.
It's like sun is setting. Sun is setting. It's like you got maybe a few more minutes of daylight, and then the sun will be set.
We'll just take off after we do this. We can message the dwarf or go tell the dwarf and just collect early. Tell him we need you to come on the ship now. And
I mean, I can disguise self and just walk.
I mean, so like the other, so we have Pass Without Trace. So I'm going to, I guess, I'm going to talk to the. I'm going to talk to Zezel real quick. So you want me to roll stealth to see how well I can talk to him as they're walking like away?
I'll say with the bonus and shit. Sure, just go ahead and just say what you're gonna say.
Okay.
You can like.
So
you know what I mean?
All right. So I'm going to tell Zezel, like, look, I'm going to humiliate this dude in front of him. You follow him. Like, follow him. Find out where he lives. He's about to go home for the day. Ice him there.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Just in case.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I mean, like I said, if you guys, real quick, just to shorten this up, because we don't only have 20 minutes before Eric's got to leave to go to work. So, you guys could, like, Venkin just said, you guys could whack this motherfucker on the ship, and then Venkin could just disguise self and pretend to be this dude walking off the ship.
What about the other dude?
And to just kind of try to...
that he came with.
I don't know about that one.
You take him down and just throw him down in the brig, because you're big, Eric. And then I'll take care of the elf.
I mean, you guys just bound and gag that motherfucker, leave him in the brig, and then just dump him off. Just, fucking make him walk the plank as soon as you guys get just...
stock.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We'll just torture him to become a gem.
Yep.
You'd be like, you got two options, motherfucker. Join or die!
Yeah, so join, run, hide, or die. Those are the rules of the Jimmy Chonga.
Alright, so you ready to stealth, Eric? If you can. You're an orc, but...
He's got a plus 10. He's gonna get all the help.
Just
he's
like the
gonna
same
get.
rules of the hunt, it's the rules of the chimichanga. Join,
So
Yeah.
hide,
Yeah,
or
Parrot.
die.
Venkin, do you have guidance?
Yeah, I can cast guidance. Who am I casting
I
guidance
mean,
on?
yeah, I mean, if you guys want to ice him here, that's fine. I was
Eric.
thinking follow him home
I
because
will
I'm
say
gonna
you guys
fucking
gotta hurry
humiliate
because
the
this
shit
dude's
out
about
of him.
ready to get off the ship.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm gonna sneak up on the elf.
Guidance.
All right, so you're gonna sneak up on the elf. Go ahead and roll your stealth real quick, just to make sure you don't nat one.
16 plus 11.
Yeah. Plus, you get the pass of that trace bonus of plus 10. So yeah.
Alright, so
Whatever.
then I'll roll to
That's
attack.
like a 40.
this guy.
Yeah.
Ooh, 19 plus 10.
Woo!
29, baby.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Yeah. So just how do you want to do it? Like, you know what I mean? Is how exactly like paint a picture for me. How exactly have you decided you want to kill this dude?
I mean, just like
Just wait.
the assassin would. I'm just gonna come up
Just like
behind
Assassin's
and
Creed style, yeah,
slide
just
down
fucking-
into the, right between
Just
like
you're kind of short, so you like jump up, grab his hair, and then right into the back of his fucking skull with your dagger, and then just like drag him to the ground.
perfect.
Nice. Okay.
It's like,
Perfect. Yeah. So within a flash, like all of a sudden, you guys are just like fuck, and then 1 second, fucking Zezel was over here, and the next second, Zezel's got this motherfucker and a knife in the back of his fucking neck, and he's like, "Night, night, sweet prince," as he fucking
So-
lowers him to the fucking ground.
I'm
You
up
know
on the
what I mean?
gangplank at this point, and I'm like, "Hey guys, I bought some beer for it."
Yeah, you walk up, and you just see fucking Zezel just like, go to sleep, motherfucker, go to sleep. He just lays this motherfucker down, and you see this other chunky
right,
motherfucker
Karen?
just like, oh god. What'd you say? Farouk? No, I didn't hear you.
So can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear you now.
All right. You guys sound like fucking robots.
Oh, that's cool. As he's doing that, I'm guessing Eric and I are gonna bum rush.
I
Big
can't
Guy.
understand. If you guys can hear me, great.
Yeah,
I
Aruk,
can't
so
understand a word
hold
you
on,
guys are
hold on,
saying.
everybody. Hold on for a second, everybody. Aruk, can you hear me? Aruk, can you hear me? At all?
What?
We can hear you, Eric, but you can't seem to hear us.
Okay. All I'm going to do is from what I've gathered, apparently, is Zezel stealthed high and is attacking this dude and is shivving him. I'm gonna grab his buddy and fucking like bear hug him, put one hand around his mouth, and fucking
Gotcha. I'm texting you, Eric. I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm texting you.
I will assist with that, and I guess we'll just drag him down to the brig and tie him up and shit.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, Eric, we can hear you. I don't know why you can't hear us. You may have to back out and then back in.
Okay. I can hear you guys a little bit better. I'm just having really shitty connection issues, I guess.
Yeah, I just texted you.
I just got the text. Okay. This is Ice Dude. We heard you. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. You guys are just coming in pretty. You guys were coming in like robots. But
Is it
Can you hear us
better-
now?
yeah, I can hear you now. So Zizzle
Okay.
Ice Dude, then I'm gonna fucking knock his buddy out.
Okay, yeah. I can't imagine that's going to be too much of a feat for you. So, like, Perry, you walk on board the ship to see simultaneously. You see Zezel just
rolled
fucking
Natural
ice
20
this
on unarmed strike.
bro. You just see like literally like the most well orchestrated fucking hit of your life. Like any like the mob would be proud.
Yeah.
As fucking Zezel just like comes up and is like, "Fuck!" right in the back of this dude's head, lowers him to the ground. Right as fucking Aruk just comes up and is like right behind the old boy and is just like, thunk, and just like hunk. He's and fucking Aruk just like casual as you like just snatches him up and whoop, over his shoulder. You know what I mean? Just over his shoulder and is like to the brig with you. So yeah, you see this as you're like as you and Molly get back on the ship, and Molly's like a little drunk, and she's like, she watches Zezel just be like, just fucking lay down. You know what I mean? She's just like fucking half drunk and like, what the fuck did I just witness?
Like, anyways, I bought some casks of ale for us. I figured that would be good for the ship. Be delivered.
And Calico Jack, who's just been like, yeah, Calico Jack, who's just been like chilling, watching this the whole time. He goes, "Ale."
I finished my drink very quickly.
Yeah. All right. So yeah. So you guys ice old boy. What are you gonna do with his body?
Well, he only wants the head, right?
I mean,
Yeah, but he's gonna have to come on the ship to get it because I'm not taking a head off this ship.
Well, I was gonna say, why don't we just throw it in the brig with his buddy?
Yeah,
oh,
perfect.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously, see he's dead.
yeah. So you guys throw the two of them, the unconscious and the dead, in the brig.
I torture him anyways.
And yeah, so you guys you throw those two in the brig, and yeah. So is there anything you guys like to do before morning, before all this trade and everything else like that happens, all these different things?
I was
I
gonna
want to
say,
help the gyms clean up my mess.
Of course, yeah, the gyms, you and the gyms, you guys clean up the mess. I imagine, honestly, like, Perry could probably just press the digitation that shit away or something, but...
True.
I was gonna say,
Hey,
yeah,
just
we're
like-
gonna have
I just
ale delivery in
do
the
like
morning.
shape
so-
water or something and brush it all off onto the into the water.
No problem. So, yeah. Is there anything else that you guys would like to do?
Just yeah, I guess in the morning while they're waiting for those deliveries, I'll go out and actually get supplies delivered. We haven't done that yet.
Oh yeah, we need to get stuff. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so what I'll say, just to kind of speed that up so that we can kind of bring this session to a close here shortly, is, yeah, while we'll just kind of montage the next morning. The night passes. If there's nothing you guys would like to do that evening, everybody kind of retires to their own area. Zezel, you get even more acquainted with your new and improved crow's nest. And yeah, you're in the or did I say Zezel?
Yeah,
I
you
meant to
said
say
Zezel.
Perry. I meant to say Perry. Perry, you get a more acquainted with your new fucking crow's nest, and you guys are in the captain's quarters. Everybody kind of goes to their place, to their little room or whatever. Molly retires to your chambers below deck. And yeah, the night passes, and Perry, at some point in the middle of the night, the only thing that happens is you see a couple of old boys, buddies, from the stand, kind of just like looking around. Like, you see them like kind of walk out towards the docks, and they're like, "What the fuck?" They're like looking at each other, like, "What the fuck? I don't know where the fuck he is." Kind of like, that's the kind of impression you get. But they don't never come near the ship or anything. And then next morning, Venkin and whoever would like to join him venture out to go just get like your other basic supplies that you would need. Venkin, you're able to handle that pretty easily. For just a couple of 100 gold, you're able to get like just a couple of little different things that you guys would need besides the meat. You guys have, food and also too, you guys can fish for meat and stuff like that. You have plenty of salt to store your meat and everything. So you're kind of you just really need sides and like fucking, you know what I mean, like toiletries and shit like that. So you get those basic, like, just, you know, human
Oranges.
need kind of items, salt and sugar and some stuff like that for a few hundred gold, and have that delivered as well. The ale is delivered first thing in the morning, while Venkin is out. And you kind of handle that exchange. Everything goes great. The ale looks fucking awesome. The casks are really cool. They've kind of, the casks themselves are made of this really deep red wood. And then eventually, the dwarven figure and a couple of his boys come around, and you guys greet them as they head up the gangplank and onto the main deck of the ship. And he kind of looks around and he goes, well, I don't see too much of a mess, but I'm hoping that you guys have held up your end of the bargain.
Yep.
You were the one that
Question.
Harry.
Can we just act like I investigated the elf, and did he have the gold on him that he was going to pay us for the fish, or was that going to be...
No, he didn't bring me gold.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah, no.
That would have been lucky.
Right? Yeah, no, he didn't bring anything with him. But yeah, so he's standing there, the dwarven fella's standing there on the deck. I imagine you guys show him below, you show him the fucking dead body and his buddy, who's now awake, and is, like, cowering in the corner of this very small cell with his dead and bleeding fucking former boss laying next to him. And the dwarf comes down and he sees you, and he gives a deep chested laugh as he's like, oh, I've waited so long to see that bastard laying in a pool of his own blood. And he says, so he's like, open the brig. And he's like, I want to take a trophy.
All right, we'll let him.
So yeah, you crack open the door and the fucking dude's just like, the chonky dude's just like fucking back, he's like way back in the corner, and you see the dwarven fella reach into his pocket and like pull out a small knife, and he fucking starts digging around in the mouth of the fucking half-elven bastard, and you see he comes out with some fucking teeth, and he's just prying a bunch of teeth out, and he's got like 4 or 5 of them in his hand. He kind of tosses them around, and he goes, oh yeah, these will do. And he puts them into a pocket, and he's like, well, gents, it's been a pleasure doing business with you. And he fucking, produces a small-looking pouch, but he reaches in it and pulls a fucking saying with a 4,200 for the fish and the other 5,000 for the kill, for a total of 9,200 gold. And this big fucking bag of fucking gold. He sits down and he's like, do what you want with the body. Feed it to the sharks or use him for bait or whatever. And he says, we'll be loading everything now. And they head back up on the main deck. His boys are already fucking getting the fish together, and they pretty quickly get all of it off. And yeah. And before they leave, he turns and looks at all of you, and he's got his his very tall orc compatriot with him. And he says, well, it was a pleasure doing business. And he reaches out and shakes all of you guys' hands, and the fucking orc comes straight up to you, Aruk, and fucking daps you up. And yeah, they're like, if you ever find yourself around these parts again, don't be afraid to say hi. And they take the fish and fuck off back into town. So you guys just made a quick, easy extra 5 grand for fucking icing that dude. So
Thanks for the idea, Eric.
Yeah. Yeah, Eric just fucking,
That's what I bring
just
to the
by
party.
dapping up a fellow orc made you guys like,
Yeah, so that's
gives you guys
obviously more
this
money
extra
than
cheese.
doing fish. We're gonna have to take on that from now on to make some gold.
It's
Half
kill-
genocide.
Yeah. Killing rival fish
Yeah.
fish dealers. Fucking
Assassins.
yeah. All right. So yeah, you guys got all of your shit and everything else like that. As this is kind of all going on, you see Molly appear up on deck, and you see she's kind of like hanging out, like kind of looking out over the sea, and she kind of just stays there looking out of the ocean for a little bit, and then once everybody leaves, she approaches you guys and is like, so what's next? Where are you taking me?
Now we're off
If
to the Great Sea.
uh-oh. There he is. Can you hear us? Hello? Can you hear us, sir? Oh, jeez.
Oh, I figured he's gotta go to work anyway, right?
Yeah, he's got to go here in just a second. He's got 5 minutes. So,
So yeah, we're gonna go up around the bottom of the coast here and go to the Great Sea.
and she says, okay, and she kind of, you see she's like kind of contemplating, and she says, do you have a map that I can look at?
No.
And
Do you have the other map?
What for?
I don't. There's somewhere I'd like to go. It's the last place that I heard that my mother was, and I don't know exactly where it is, and I want to see if I can find it on the map to show you.
Do you know the name of the place?
Yeah, she says, it's a place called, Kathir.
Okay. Well, I can't offer you a map, but we can see about making
Show
a
her.
stop.
Show her the
It's,
one
I
before
see it, yeah.
the island. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah, they're in the region of Dembroth,
Yep. Yeah.
Bay of Dancing Dolphins.
I'll let her know it is on the way where we're headed. So we can make a stop.
She looks very relieved when you say that, and she says, thank you very much, and she kind of goes back to like gazing longingly out at the sea.
Ask her if she's a tiefling.
You ask her if she's a tiefling?
No, but
Oh.
yeah.
Don't do
Here's
that.
the thing. We obviously know that she is because those two families are tiefling families, and you know she wants information and said that her mother came from that tribe, which
And
would
she's got the
automatically
illusion
make
necklace on,
her
like, bruh.
a tiefling. Yeah, I mean, she's a tiefling. I mean, even that without Zezel's knowledge of the necklace, I already know that she's a fucking tiefling because she let that part slip.
Yep.
Okay, so are you guys going to approach her about it, or are you guys just keeping that to yourselves for now?
No, I do want to, message the party and let them know that she's wearing an illusion.
Okay.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, if is there anything else you guys like to do? Eric, can you hear us? Are you in here? Because we cannot hear anything you're saying. You're not even lighting up green around your.
I mean, worst case, I've got it recording, so he'll be able to go back and listen to it. If
Okay,
he
cool.
can't hear it.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else as you guys are making your way south along the sea, leaving the port, and making your way south? Is there anything else you guys would like to do before we close out?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do anything with the body just yet or any of that kind of stuff. Handle that next time?
Yeah.
All right. All right, that's where we're going to go ahead and close it for this session then. And we will pick this up real quick. And I'll communicate all this with Eric too if he can't hear us. I texted him, but I'm not getting anything back. So next weekend, I know we